We are back at Virtual Wars. It's been a while since we've had a release. I've been busy, been a busy chap. But yes, this is Heat M for Virtual Wars. Let's see who's fighting. Up first, we have Battle Construction Vehicle, better known as BCV. It's got two large pneumatic scoops at the front, which can flip robots over. There we go. That's what scoops usually are for in this thing. Anyway, so yeah, there's the crate flying through the air, as you would do. It's gonna flip it again. Oof, out the arena, out you go. So yeah, trivia. This is the first splash I recorded for Virtual Wars. So this is the first piece of Virtual Wars content, hence why it looks a little bit different. But yes, there we go. That was BCV. And here we have another contestant, Blast Zone, a large rear-hinged electric flipper with big wheels, and those forks at the back help the front get pushed down to increase its ground game. Blast Zone is a very sharp robot. Have fun trying to get under the front of this. It slides under the crate and just passes it behind itself. It can do quite powerful flips if the robot is in the right place. Hopefully the AI can get the robot in the right place on the flipper. There we go, that's the sort of flip we're going to be looking for in Blast Zone, but we'll see how it fares in the fights.
3, 2, 1, go.
Speaking of fights, we have Blast Zone, but okay, remember I said that Blast Zone was low? BCV apparently is lower, getting underneath Blast Zone with the scoops, and again throwing it into the air with its limited gas supply and doing a backflip, the AI missing. Blast Zone upside down, that won't affect it, but it has gotten itself pinned into the wall. That's a downside of having a really sharp pointed robot like Blast Zone. They do have a tendency to pin themselves into the wall like that in the arena geometry. Blast Zone upside down, BCV chasing it. Blast Zone got itself stuck on the ramp and very nearly out of the arena there. Blast Zone once again ramming itself into the wall. It seems to be having trouble controlling itself while inverted. The AI doesn't like it. They're dancing around each other. Blast Zone trying to get in underneath, but it can't quite do the steering it needs. Right way up now. Now it can flip properly. There we go. BCV flying through the air. It can self-right using the scoops. That's no matter at all. Flying through the air once again. It does sound like the pneumatics in BCV are suffering from it being flipped a lot. Let's hope it doesn't land upside down, kind of like that, which means that it can't self-right. But Blast Zone can flip it over? Yes. No, it can't. It's stuck upside down unless it gets on its wheels, and I thought it was going out then. Unless it gets on its wheels soon, Blast Zone has won, even though BCV started off strong. It's on its wheels again. It can still use those scoops, obviously, to push and to lift. It has enough power to lift Blast Zone, and just not push it out the arena. It's getting thrown around at the moment, performing amazing flips, landing perfectly on its wheels, just like that, as Blast Zone throws it into the air, landing upside down once again. Blast Zone flipping it around. Blast Zone causing a lot of points here by flipping BCV through the air so much its scoops have probably broken now. I think they're completely out of CO2, so now they are just wedges that they can use to push Blast Zone like that. There we go. So BCV getting underneath Blast Zone and pushing with those big powerful NPC motors. They can be laughed at for being underpowered, but with enough smoke coming out of them, with enough amps going through, those motors have a lot of pushing torque. As you can see, Blast Zone getting shoved back by BCV there. Not a lot that BCV can do with the weaponry though, and it has landed upside down again and out the... Whoa, okay, I had no idea who was going out there. I thought Blast Zone was going out, but BCV is upside down. Blast Zone is stuck. BCV is being counted out. What's going to happen here? They've gotten stuck together. Where's the countdown? 10, 9, Blast Zone trying to self-right it, or is it trying to get away? I don't understand it. They've sort of stopped together, but Blast Zone definitely is the one on its wheels, where BCV is not. The conclusion of that fight is Battle Construction Vehicle, or BCV, has been eliminated, putting Blast Zone through to the semi-finals. Let's see who is next. Do you always have that weird Auntie Betty? Everyone has a weird Auntie Betty with a funny face. This is a 4-bar pneumatic flipper, meaning it has 2 pneumatic systems in one, meaning it has a tremendously powerful flip if it can get underneath you in the right place. Also, as you can imagine, like BCV before, it's increasingly chaotic. So yeah, this is Auntie Betty, an absolutely crazy pneumatic beast of an aunt. There we go, it's just leaving this world. Bye bye, Betty. This is Heaven. A rather small, yet again another pneumatic, flipping robot. Its size isn't very clear here, but Heaven is tiny. It's probably the smallest you can make a top hinge pneumatic robot. As you can see, compared to the crate, it is small, but with 4-wheel drive using amp flows, it has got pushing power for days. There's the power of Heaven's flipper. Heaven can also operate upside down. So yeah, Heaven looks like a good robot. Just be careful, because the entire top panel is the flipper. So don't get on the wrong side of Heaven. You know, the top of it.
3, 2, 1, go.
The two powerful pneumatic robots face each other in the arena, and Auntie Betty already going to space. Getting underneath the much smaller Heaven, a big powerful flip here would send Heaven skywards, however they seem to both be stuck together. Auntie Betty not flipping for some reason. I'm guessing Heaven isn't in the right place. Heaven smashing into the arena wall there. Heaven underneath the front of Auntie Betty, not quite going in with the flip. Auntie Betty trying to flip now and in the wrong place and upside down and flipping all over the place. Heaven stuck in the wall again. Heaven coming away now against Auntie Betty. Flip now, that'll be a good one. And then, oh, the pneumatic flippers going off everywhere. You got Heaven's trying to self-right over there. You got Auntie Betty self-righting, and Heaven has self-righted out of the arena. Is it going to come back? No, it's not. It's gone. Okay. I think it's best we ended that one when we did, to be fair. So 2 out-of-control pneumatics. The one that wins is the one that's even more out of control. That makes sense. Let's go into the next ones. It is Rectum. Yes, that is how you say it. This robot is Rectum. It only weighs 102 kilograms, and this is actually a speed build robot I made a while ago using entirely those little red Cat 1/8 motors. So it is actually quite underpowered, probably. It's a 6-wheel drive twin claw grabber. No lift, just a grab. So yeah, this is not the most entertaining robot, but it should be interesting to see what it does, considering what sort of motors the featherweight ones is using. Its opponent is nothing other than the legendary Mortis. Built by Arthur Chilcott and Rob Knight for Robot Wars Series 1, 2, 3 and 4, it arrives here in Virtual Wars with a mighty axe and its lifting arm. This is probably my most accurate replica looks and proportions wise, least accurate in terms of drive, because you can't do tracks in this game, so it's just got 4 motors. Did you know that the original Mortis was brushless back in 1997? I didn't until I was building this replica. So now you know. I'll have to look into this replica more closely. It's actually really good. I like it. I toot my own horn. I'm allowed to.
2, 1, go.
But the tooting has stopped. It's time for Rectum to fight Mortis. The AI for Mortis has the characteristic Mortis hammering action for the axe, but Rectum's got those big claws that can tickle down on you. I don't know how much force they clamp down with. I can't imagine that much. Mortis's hammer, though, comes down with an amazing amount of force on top of Rectum there. Do remember, we do have hammer damage on, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, to be honest. I think these robots are quite armoured. Mortis up on its side. It's a very precarious position to be in. It can lever itself up on that self-righting arm, just like the real Mortis. Rectum, however, on the other hand, having a much harder time getting back onto its wheels with those claws. It can't quite lever itself all the way back over. Mortis trying to get its soft, vulnerable underbelly. Oh, I've got to say that, really. It's not really soft or vulnerable. It's all titanium like the rest of the thing. Trying to get back on its wheels, Mortis gives it a helping hand with the axe. Rectum running into the wall. Mortis once again coming in with its huge axe. Rectum has grabbed the axe. Mortis trying to lift Rectum using its little lifting arm, and it's been grabbed. Rectum has successfully grabbed Mortis. And what's it going to do now? It's not really got the power to move it, I don't think. Mortis, they're counting out. Both robots weigh about the same. Mortis is 100 kilograms, Rectum 102, so these are very evenly matched. Mortis once again self-righting on that arm. Rectum running away. This isn't the most interesting fight, but Mortis's hammer is going for it, poking holes in your Rectum. I have to say that. It's the law. That's why I named the robot the way it is. Rectum coming in with the grab on Mortis. It looks like it's actually pushing the axe down into the robot. That might burn out the weapon if it does it for long enough. The axe has come out and has now gotten jammed out the robot. The Mortis axe getting jammed is nothing new. The countdown, they should be letting go after 10 seconds. I'm seeing smoke though coming from Rectum. That could mean that it can't let go if the motors are burning out and the claws are jammed in there. Well, are we going to have a whole minute of 2 robots being locked together? Can Rectum push Mortis out the arena though? We may be having an illegal grab, but it's interesting to see what happens. The claws do retract. There is definitely smoke coming from one of these two robots. I'm guessing it is Rectum, with how much those motors being overworked. Those featherweight motors in that heavyweight robot. Physics just occurred, that's fun. Mortis coming in with that mighty powerful axe again. That lifting arm not doing a lot of good on top of the robot. The axe is just missing now. The AI can't even get the axe to hit in the game, let alone in real life. Once again coming in with the axe, physics once again occurs. It was on the lifting arm for a second, but Mortis didn't lift. The grab coming from Rectum again, can't quite get a stable grab on Mortis. Rectum once again grabbing onto Mortis' side. Mortis' axe is flailing. That's definitely the highest weapon usage that we've seen so far from neither of these two robots. Rectum's only had a few grabs, and one of them was an illegal one. So we're going to have to think about this, but I do think Mortis was the more aggressive robot out of all this. Rectum spent some time upside down, and it had a very, very long, I'd say, illegal grab. But I think you'll agree with me, Mortis was the winner of that fight. With its hammer doing hammery business. Yes. Anyway, Rectum out, Mortis through. Next up, two robots that we will inspect shortly in the thing that I do. It's called a splash. This is Stella, a front-hinged pneumatic flipper using the 902 system for pneumatics. Very rare you see that on the front hinge, there you can see it working. Very Dan Tom Kier-esque in its look, kind of. The unique part about Stella is that it can tilt up and become a rear hinge, but this is very difficult for the AI to do, so the AI doesn't really do this. It just runs it as a standard front hinge. But yes, the original idea for Stella was that it can tilt up its entire body and become a rear hinge as well. That's not very practical, but cool. This is Dissector X. If you've been around Robot Rumble 2 for any amount of time since 2022, you'll be familiar with this robot. A very successful grabber lifter that I think won its debut mini competition as well by successfully grabbing and lifting almost everything out of the arena. Dissector X has got many little features on it that I don't think the AI is going to be able to use. So you can see here it's got a little scoop that can come out the front that can use the claw as a flipper. It's got those two arms at the back that can be used as a flipper, but the AI is purely programmed to grab and to lift.
3, 2, 1, go.
And let's see how it does against the mighty pneumatic that is Stella. Trying to grab and lift, you can see the lifting mechanism there of Dissector lifting Stella up. Stella is on two wheels, trying to use the flipper to get free. Dissector once again coming in with a grab and missing. Has got the ground clearance. Squeezes. Whoa! A big flip from Stella, nearly getting Dissector out of the arena. Dissector once again coming in with a grab, holding the flipper down and doing some sort of suplex maneuver there. You can see these self-righting arms of Dissector working to get it back onto its wheels again as Stella flips it across the arena. Dissector, not the most stable robot, once upside down, does struggle to get back on its wheels, but it has got back on its wheels now. And Stella once again coming in with a bullying flip as Dissector once again tries to grab on to the Stella body. You can see the AI has tilted the robot up in an attempt to use it as a rear hinge flipper, but it's not working and it has been grabbed by Dissector. Dissector once again coming in with a big grab as Stella tries to flip it away. Stella can't really get free, using up all of its CO2, and one of the side pods looks like it has run out of either battery or has burnt out. It is just hanging limp there. Both pods now hanging limp. I think Dissector has managed to successfully wear out the motors in those little side pods, so Stella needs to watch out for that. Once again coming in, trying to lift itself up. Oh no, it's still got a bit of power in there. Comes to self-right in spectacular fashion from Stella. Dissector once again coming in with a grab right on the CO2 tank with another suplex maneuver, flipping the robot over. Dissector once again coming in. I'm saying once again so many times, it's because things keep happening once again. There we go, that's my quota for the next 5 minutes. Stella trying to flip away Dissector grabbing, the countdown going down. It is released and stuck and grabbed again. Thanks AI, thanks for waiting. Has Dissector been jammed? No, okay, I thought I pulled a razor for a second, but no, it's free and it's down again. Dissector grabbing onto Stella, pushing against the arena wall. What can it do here? It's got it in its grasp. It can take it anywhere, out the arena, onto the flipper, or just stay there. That's an option. You can always just stay there with the robot. You might want to be letting go. What is it doing? Dissector, but you need to let go. Has the claw gone? I think it's trying to let go, but I think the motor in the claw has burnt out, so it can't. Because that claw is hanging loose. Look, it's just boggling around. I think the motor in the claw has burnt out. Look, that should not be happening. That is not intended behavior. That is not a power claw. That is a loose, balanced claw now, being purely held up by those little arms at the back. You can see it's just hanging loosely, can't really grab. So Dissector's been turned into a lifter, but that means if it goes upside down at this stage, it will not be able to self-right, as it's lost its main means of self-righting with the claw. So if Stella can flip Dissector over within the next 3 seconds, it is done. It has failed its task. Dissector has won this fight, I reckon. We're counting down to the last seconds, but you'll agree with me that Dissector has won this, even with a dead claw. You can see the claw just hanging limp there. Parts of Stella as well. Oh, that was a very intense fight, especially for one with no damage. That was really good. So we have BCV, Heaven, Rectum and Stella going to the bin, and the ones going through to the semi-final are Blast Zone versus Auntie Betty, and Mortis goes up against another claw with Dissector X.
Three, two, one.
The two flippers face each other. Auntie Betty slow to get away, getting flipped already by Blast Zone. I was going to say BCV for a second. No, Blast Zone tossing Auntie Betty throughout the arena. Auntie Betty trying to flip and miss. Once again coming in round the back. Auntie Betty, can it get another flip in? Oh, it can! Oh, I thought Auntie Betty launched itself out the arena. Blast Zone coming in with the manoeuvre. That was some sort of evasive tactic there by Auntie Betty. Auntie Betty flipping a great flip there on Blast Zone, and oh, these robots are very close to the arena wall in this heat. I don't want people going out the arena so quickly. I want longer fights. Got Blast Zone trying to flip Auntie Betty. Auntie Betty running back to the middle of the arena. Blast Zone catching on the arena floor flipper. Auntie Betty running into the wall. The flipper coming in again. Blast Zone's upside down. Betty with a flip. Oh, I thought Blast Zone was going out the arena then. And Blast Zone has gone out the arena. And so has Auntie Betty. No, Auntie Betty's in. Auntie Betty's upside down. Auntie Betty's upside down. Okay, that was going to continue forever. I cut that short because it's a self-right for like 5 minutes. So yeah, Blast Zone out the arena. Auntie Betty is through. Next up is Mortis versus Dissector X.
3, 2, 1.
A tactical battle this. So you got the hammer of Mortis versus the flipper and claw of the Dissector X. And the Mortis arm raising upon high there at the start as Dissector tries to grab Mortis. Well, it's not trying, it's succeeding, and it's forcing the axe back into the body there. I think the axe wants to fire but can't. And if Dissector can push that axe in enough, it will burn out the motor. But Dissector needs to be letting go of Mortis soon with a suplex maneuver. There we go. They did what they tried to do. And the lift again. Dissector upside down, can self-fight no trouble. Mortis coming in with a very powerful axe. Dissector now grabbing onto Mortis, and the two are jammed together. Dissector needs to let go of Mortis at some point. You can see the motors inside of Dissector straining there, the primal power through the window, and Mortis desperately trying to see if he can get away. Use the axe again. Yeah, on the claw. Big bonk on the claw with the axe. That's a nice one. You can see the innards of Mortis as well through the hole in the axe. Dissector coming in and flipping Mortis over, but that won't worry Mortis. It can self-fight using the arm, and the axe comes down again, and some more physics occurs. Grabbing onto Mortis, flipping it over. That seems to be Dissector's party piece. Can't self-right though on those arms. Some very interesting combat going on there. Mortis gotten stuck in its rear there. If Dissector didn't come in, I think Mortis would have been done for. Mortis coming in again with the powerful axe, hammering away. Dissector grabs. Mortis trying to get free, firing the axe. The lifting arm as well. Can it get over the arena wall? Come on, Dissector. Pop, let go. If you let go now, Mortis is going over. That'd be fantastic. Come on, let go, 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 let go. Oh, it didn't go out. That was disappointing. But it has broken the claw in that process though. Look, the claw is once again hanging loose. So, apart from Mortis not being dumped out the arena and the coolest out of the arena in Virtual Wars history, we do have Mortis breaking Dissector's big claw arm. So if Mortis can come in with that lifting arm and flip Dissector over, it is done. It has no way of self-righting now. So Dissector is on thin ice with Mortis hammering away at the arm. Losing points Dissector here, by the way, with the loss of its main weapon. Spinning around on the spot, trying to see if he can get any attack in on Mortis. Do remember though that Dissector can lift its entire body as a flipper, so Mortis can still end up upside down. down if need be. Once again, Mortis coming in with the axe, trying to do some, well, I would say damage, but I don't think the axe is powerful enough to trigger the arm damage we have enabled here. Dissector, though, with the claw, even if the claw is dead, it can still get Mortis on that wedge. I also think the lifting mechanism's gone as well, you know. I don't think Dissector can lift at all, it's just a wedge at this point. So yeah, that's very interesting. So Mortis gaining points here, but I think Dissector might be ahead overall in terms of effectiveness, because it still can do that maneuver, and all Mortis can do is kind of hammer away at it. But it's a very, very close fight. I'm going to have to think very intently about who's won this. There's a lot going on, but there was a very, very long period of time when Mortis was in Dissector's grasp, trying to be put out the arena. So I need to think about that one. What you didn't see was me writing out on paper for 10 minutes just then, finding out that Dissector won. I've rewatched the fight about 5 times. Dissector was definitely in control for large portions of that fight. Mortis spending a lot of time trying to get free. Anyway, it's time for Auntie Betty versus Dissector. I'm not commentating because nothing's happened yet. There we go. We've got a grab from Dissector. Auntie Betty as well trying to get away. One hope that Dissector has is spending enough time grabbing Auntie Betty like that the flipper uses up all the gas reserves in the robot. There's Dissector's unique suplex maneuver that it can do again. It is stuck upside down. It can't self-right. It's in a very unique position there where it can't get over. Okay, Auntie Betty has gotten it back over again. If Auntie Betty can get underneath Dissector in a certain way, it will definitely be able to throw it across and maybe out the arena. We have seen some really big flips from Auntie Betty, although Dissector is coming in again, tries to lift the massive Betty, but she's too fat. This girl has eaten all of the donuts and a little bit more besides, because she is chunky. She's a big girl. Anyway, that was weird. Let's not ever revisit what I've just said then. It's just Auntie Betty. She's a fat robot. You know, what are you going to do? She's got that big fat flip. Oh, I thought Dissector was going out the arena then. That was a perfect lineup. And Dissector responds by just going, nope, you are upside down now. Dissector trying to self-right once again. The claw in perfect working order at the moment. But Auntie Betty as well showing really good pros. Flip. Oh, not quite. Physics didn't line up in your way, Betty. Don't reverse out the arena, you silly woman. Reversing away again, running away. Dissector stuck upside down. If Betty can just leave it there, it will be over and out. Yes, on his wheels again, and Betty's stuck against the wall. Auntie Betty gets grabbed by Dissector right on the backside. That's not great. Don't want to get grabbed there. That's just inconvenient. Come on, the countdown's starting. We're going to get another Dissector claw malfunction. Oh, it's grabbed onto the little wedges at the back. Check that out. It's still lifting up, and can it get Auntie Betty over? No, Auntie Betty comes crashing down again. Trying to flip it. There's Dissector's signature maneuver again. That is so cool, the little backflip it does. Auntie Betty flipping away Dissector, once again back on its wheels, doing a little spin there, just letting everyone know it's okay. Dissector running into the arena wall, and Auntie Betty's gotten herself stuck, and Dissector is stuck on Auntie Betty. Everything's getting stuck here. Auntie Betty running away, Dissector coming in with the claw again, trying to grab. Auntie Betty's little smiley face there, just giving him a little hello, I'm going to flip you, but nothing's happening because he can't get underneath the very, very low Dissector. Dissector once again lifting Auntie Betty aloft. Auntie Betty successfully getting away from the claw there using the 4-bar pneumatic system. Auntie Betty, what are you going to do? Underneath the front of Dissector, and now Dissector's underneath the front of you, and suplexed once again upside down. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Auntie Betty is out of gas, and the flipper's been grabbed onto by Dissector. Interesting maneuver. Now Auntie Betty's the right way up, and Dissector's upside down. Oh, I thought Dissector might be rammed out the arena by the force of Auntie Betty's drive. This is a very, very close fight, by the way. Going into the final one, big push from Auntie Betty, and okay, I thought Dissector was going out within 2 seconds left. That was an intense fight. I love that to bits, but we have to resume that. Yeah, Dissector won that one, I'm afraid. Auntie Betty put up a fantastic fight, but Dissector was in control, doing the suplex maneuver quite a lot of times, and also Auntie Betty ran out of gas in the fight, but it was very close. A few nearly out the arenas from Dissector. Going through to the series semi-final. Hopefully join me next weekend where I have the next heat uploaded, if not, as and when. Shout out to my buddy Brick, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, but I'd already rendered it in time, so there's his name.